Happy Saturday, my friends. ABC10 Meteorologist Brenden Mincheff here. We're going to talk about really this next storm that's on the way. You can see it's off the coast. It's going to bring us several days of rain starting early on Monday morning. Let's jump into it. If you have any plans this weekend, especially today for Saturday, looks great out there. Honestly, it's going to be warm by December standards. Highs are going to be in the middle 60s across the valley. The average high for the time of year, 56 degrees. So again, above average, but a nice day. It'll be sunny, pretty mild to warm-ish. I guess 64 is not warm by maybe April or May standards, but certainly again, when we're talking about December, middle 60s is definitely warm. So plenty of great weather today to get outside, do whatever you want to do, enjoy being outside. Maybe put up the holiday lights. Again, make some storm preps, whatever it is. There's no weather issues today. We're going to be in the 60s, even 70 degrees in Angels Camp. So 60s and 70s in the foothills, 50s up in the high country, sunny skies all day long today. Tomorrow will be similar, a little bit cooler. We'll be in the low 60s as opposed to middle 60s. But we are going to have a lot more clouds tomorrow, and then the rain moves on in. So this weekend is going to be the last pair of dry days until likely Friday and Saturday of next week when we get the next two consecutive totally dry days. That's what the data looks like right now, at least. So sunny and warm today. Tomorrow, we'll call it mild, not quite cool, but we'll call it mild for Sunday. And then again, cloudy, but that rain does hold off until we get later on in the evening and almost honestly towards the overnight hours Sunday into Monday. Let's kind of quickly bullet point the storm real fast. So the storm is going to bring us some benefits. It's actually going to make up some of that rain and snow deficit that we are in right now because it's just been a slow start. We've talked about it a lot. All four of the meteorologists here at ABC10 have talked about it a lot over the last couple of months. It's been a slow start to the wet season. Last year, we did have a couple of bigger storms at this point, but still, January was that first month where we got a lot of that rain and a lot of that snow. So we still have plenty of time in the wet season left, but this incoming storm is definitely going to help us make up that rain deficit more so than snow because the impacts are mostly rain with this one. This is a very El Niño-like storm. It is pulling in a lot of warm, moist, tropical air with it, and that's not really conducive to snowmaking. Snow levels are going to stay very high for most of the storm. So when we've got the majority of the moisture in Northern California, the snow levels are going to be 8,500 feet plus for most of it. There will be some likely very minor travel impacts on 80 and 50 when it comes to snow. Very minor. Only over Donner and Echo is likely where we're to see snow if we see a lot of it at all. We'll break down the snow forecast. It'll be a lot more clear in a second. But here in the valley, ponding on roads is very likely to be the biggest factor that you're going to notice. So you're Monday through probably Thursday morning commutes, you're just going to want to go ahead and take it easy out there. Give yourself extra time because, again, there's going to be water out there on the roads. And certainly by Tuesday, when it's been raining pretty much all day long on Monday, Tuesday is just going to be soggy. Everything's going to be soggy. That'll continue through most of next week. Here's what I was talking about. Here's that storm right now off the coast of California. And you can see we're kind of in that dry slot, that dry sector, if you will. And it's going to give us this one day of clear skies because as this low pressure works its way closer, tomorrow's going to be cloudy. Then the rain really gets going on Monday. But it is that warm and moist tropical air that we talked about as to why we're not going to end up seeing a lot of snow out of this. At least that's what the data says right now. Kind of that big picture look. That low pressure moves in starting on Sunday. That brings us the clouds. By Monday, we've got rain across Northern California. On Tuesday, we're going to get a second system that kind of helps to reinforce the storm that's just off the coast. But what's going to happen is that dropping cold air is actually going to push this storm a little further south and keep it offshore. So we're still going to get rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and likely Thursday as well. But because the colder air is mostly focused offshore, not quite so much right over Northern California, we're not going to see significant reductions in those snow levels. They're still going to be at maybe just below pass level. We'll talk more about snow later on. But this is why we're not seeing a lot of the snow. If this was sitting right over California, if it dropped right in, that would be better. That would give us some of that colder air, just, much better for making that snow. Unfortunately, for ski resorts, for people looking to get up there, hopefully more winter sports available over the next few weeks. Just this storm is not going to help out all that much, but it will definitely bring us several inches of rain to the valley. By Thursday, things really start to taper off as that storm starts to push out. All right, we'll zoom in a little bit here. Some higher resolution model data here. This is coming from the IBM graph model. So Saturday, we stay dry. If you have any plans today, great day to do it. Not even really anything in the way of clouds until we get to Sunday. Sunday, clouds move in. Again, we stay dry. If you're down near Santa Cruz, Monterey, maybe parts of the Bay Area sees a few showers on Sunday. But here in the valley, I really do expect we stay dry pretty much all day until we get towards about 10 p.m. Sunday. And then after that, that's when that rain starts to move in. This is Monday at 4 a.m. You do see some snow, but this, again, snow levels here are going to be above about 8,000 feet. So it's going to be on the highest peaks and passes. The high ski resorts are going to get some snow, but anything closer to 7,000 feet is going to miss out on the majority of the snow. All right, so here's Monday at 4 a.m. We see that heavy rain moving on in through the Bay Area. Super commuting from Sacramento or Stockton, Modesto into the Bay, you're going to be dealing with this heavy rain on Monday morning. Even if you're staying local, we're going to have some pretty decent rain lingering through the valley on Monday morning for that commute. So prepare now for that. Again, give yourself extra time. Pack the umbrella, right? Just make sure you know it's not going to be a dry commute. It's not necessarily going to be an easy one on Monday. There's going to be a lot of water out there. Maybe a little bit of a break around lunchtime. Then we get some more rain through the afternoon on Monday. Again, maybe a little bit of a break, and then some more rain moves in. This is late in the evening on Monday into the Tuesday overnight. But notice again, we're just not seeing that snow. This is a warm storm. Can't stress that enough. This is going to be a predominantly rain event all across Northern California. How much rain are we talking about? Like I said, several inches to Northern California. I think high end, we end up with about 2.5 inches or so. Again, high end in the capital region. Maybe a little less down in the San Joaquin Valley. More rain, higher amounts as you work your way up the Sacramento Valley. In the foothills, 2.5 to about 4 inches. Coastal range and right along the coast, likely 3+ inches of rain. But again, it's not a huge rainmaker per se. We definitely had storms last year that dumped a lot more rain than this, but this is definitely going to help us catch up, and this is over the course of about 3 or 4 days. So we're not going to see like an inch of rain in one day. I really don't expect that to happen, but we are going to see maybe half an inch of rain each day or so. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but the point is it's going to be soggy as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all going to be soggy, so prepare for that as well. If you have maybe soccer practice, I mean, I know there's not a lot of sports going on at this point in the year, but if you just want to go out and practice on some fields, or you just want to get outside and play in the grassy fields, they're going to be pretty muddy, certainly by Tuesday. Here's that statewide precip. We've only seen 1.65 inches on the water year so far. Water year started on October 1st. That's in Sacramento. Stockton has seen only about 3/4 of an inch. Fresno significantly less. Bakersfield also just about 1/3 of an inch, and then hardly anything down in Southern California. So our deficit right now is about 2.5 inches, a little more than 2.5 inches in Sacramento, about 2.5 inches in Stockton, -3 in San Francisco. So again, that negative value indicates we are running below average to this point in the season on the water year. But we could end up with that amount of rain in Sacramento by the end of next week. So we could kind of get back to zero, right? Get things all squared up and see how long we have to wait for the next storm, which really may not be that long, considering we're about to move into January. And January is, on average, the wettest month in the capital city. All right. Sierra snow levels. This is what I was talking about. I've said it a few times now. I'm going to try to illustrate it, make it a little more clear what I'm trying to say here. So the snow levels on Monday start out about 8,500 feet. So that's pretty well above pass level. This is pretty high snow on Monday. That's why we didn't see much of it on Futurecast. For Tuesday, it does come down a bit, closer to 7,500, and we could see some snow at pass level. I know the pass levels are a little less than 7,500, a little closer to 7,300. So it's going to be kind of flirted with pass level there, where that snow line is. Not going to be a real low, certainly well above lake level if we're talking about South Lake Tahoe, but 50, 80 right across Echo and Donner respectively. We could see some flurries, maybe a little bit of accumulating snow there. By Wednesday, the snow levels do look to drop a little bit more, likely between 6,500 and 7,000 feet. So that would be good enough to cover the passes at that point with that snow level, and could see a few more inches tacked on. But truthfully, by the time we get to Wednesday, I think that prime snowmaking flow is not going to quite be there. So even though we'll have the colder air, the snow levels will be lower. The majority of that moisture and just the way that the storm is angling in towards the Sierra is not going to be quite as conducive to snowmaking. So just a kind of all around, this storm is not a good one for snow. It's just things are not lining up here. But it will be for rain. And again, as we talked about, we'll see a few inches there. All right. Model snowfall totals. I'm going to show you both the American GFS model and the European model. I'm only really trusting the European here. The GFS, I'm telling you, has been overdoing snow totals pretty much the last 3 days. In my opinion, it's been more of an outlier as well. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to kind of walk you through why I don't think this is the case. You may see this on social media saying the GFS is showing several inches. This looks way overdone to me. We're talking about 18 inches, Tahoe City, 17 Donner, 18 Truckee, 13 inches at South Lake Tahoe. Elevation there is below 6,500 feet. And as we just saw at that snow level graphic there, we're not even going to get snow levels down to 6,500 feet until maybe Wednesday. So again, this is really overdoing it. That southerly flow across the Sierra only lasts Monday and Tuesday, and we don't get the lower snow levels until late Tuesday into Wednesday. And then at that point, the storm is no longer pushing across. It's more pushing or pushing up from the Sierra. It's more pushing across, which is not quite as good for areas like South Lake Tahoe to get snow like that. So that's just one of the reasons why I really think this GFS model is overdoing it. The air is too cold that it's bringing in. Snow levels are too low with the GFS. I am throwing this out. I'm disregarding this. If you see this on social media, I would encourage you to ignore it and just say, like, this is probably an unrealistic solution, the American model. That's why I'm showing it to you, right? We have a lot of data here. I'm trying to walk you through it so that you can kind of forecast with me a little bit. Here's what the European model looks like. I think this is a lot closer to the truth. Southern Sierra likely does pick up a few inches, likely more than what we'll see up in the Central Sierra. But even in the Central Sierra, I think this is a lot better. Kirkwood at 6 inches, Donner at about 6 inches, because as we saw in the snow level graphic, it's not until later in the storm, really the second half, maybe even the last third of the storm is when we get that lower snow level down to about 6,500 at a minimum. So again, I think this is the more realistic solution because this takes into account some warmer air, the fact that it's going to be longer till we get the lower snow. So just all around, if you see the European model being floated on social media, I think this one's more accurate. Up to about half a foot of snow across US 50 and I-80. That would be Donner and Echo, of course, the highest peaks and passes. And just generally, I don't think we're going to see too many travel impacts from this. Looking at the Winter Storm Severity Index, this is for Sunday to Tuesday. You can see 50 here and 80 up here. And it's really only showing that kind of bluish gray, that wintry weather, saying that, hey, there is going to be some snow in the area, but not necessarily any impacts. And then the yellow colors there as well, showing just some minor impacts. Maybe some moderate, a little closer to Myers in the South Lake Tahoe and Echo Summit areas. But generally, I don't expect too many travel impacts. There's a chance we have some chains for a little while on 80 and 50. That would likely be Tuesday into Wednesday, again, when we get that lower snow level and we do get that colder air. But at that point, again, as we kind of ran through it several times, the snowmaking ability of the storm is kind of winding down at that point. That's why it'll be kind of limited and why I don't expect to see too many winter storm travel impacts from this. Looking at the next 10 days, to just kind of recap here, if you have any plans this weekend, it'll be just fine to get those done, especially Saturday. Temperatures will be pretty nice. We're going to have that sunshine all day long as well, so there's really no reason not to be outside at any point for Saturday. For Sunday, it will get cloudy as the day wears on. Temperatures a little cooler than where we are today. But again, no weather issues until we get towards about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night when that first round of rain likely moves in. By Monday, that's a different story. Monday becomes kind of that impact day when we are going to have that rain moving through, and predominantly rain, especially on Monday when the warmest air is moving through Northern California. So even at high elevations, we're going to have mostly rain. On Tuesday, 62 degrees. Notice temperatures don't fluctuate all that much. We're just going to stay in the upper 50s, low 60s in the valley. Again, warm storm, right? And also rain, just soggy. Off and on periods of rain through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not necessarily going to rain all day, every day. But certainly those rain chances are going to be around all day, every day, Monday through Wednesday. By Thursday, things really start to taper off. Also, that is the first day of winter on Thursday. Could have some lingering showers through the morning. And then Friday, 60 degrees, partly cloudy. Saturday, about 60 degrees, partly cloudy as well. And then as we look out towards Christmas here, 58 degrees for Christmas Eve, partly cloudy. There's a chance, not great agreement in the models, but there's a chance we could see some showers, not storms, excuse me, showers passing through Northern California on Christmas Day. And that's still a ways out, and really we're focusing the effort here on this upcoming storm since it's now about 48 hours out. But things to look, just maybe look forward to, maybe keep an eye on, because again, there is some signs in the pattern that we might be in for just a very brief dry period before we kind of get back to some rain and snow potentially in Northern California before the year is over. And if you don't already have the ABC 10 Plus app, I really recommend that you download this. This is where you can find all of the latest weather forecasts, weather specials. We have a weather playlist there. It's all right there. You can find it. Our mega flood special, our water wasted special, and the California drought series that I do semi-regularly. All those are up there. You can always go back and watch them at ABC 10 Plus, live, local, always on the Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV app. Again, highly recommend if you're watching there. Shout out to you guys for watching on ABC 10 Plus. We appreciate the support. Yeah, be sure to stay tuned. We're going to have more weather updates as the storm approaches, and of course, as we go through the storm as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe and happy holidays.